Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. A very quick review of the first half. Man City 1, Everton 0. At last, we've been asking it for a few games now. Jesus has scored. I think he's played very well, and I think his confidence will be on fire right now. He's got to be really high on confidence, and a very good first half from him. Gotta say, crowd started off very noisy, but Everton came out to came here to defend. They came here to frustrate. They came here to annoy, to time waste. It's a normal kind of thing with most teams, especially those in the lower half of the table or lower 2/3 of the table. That's the way they do it. And City struggled, I'll be quite honest, in the first 20 odd minutes. Although in the first 15-20 minutes we had a lot of the ball, we had a lot of, let's say, control of the game. We weren't really creating much, and then we got sloppy again, some sloppy passing. Everton then got a little bit into the game. Everton weren't pressing early on until City scored. Everton were not really pressing high up in the City's half. After about 10 minutes, there's a great ball from Delph right to Jesus. Great control and turn and take, but chance was lost. It was a very, very good play. After about 14 or 15 minutes, Walker made another poor error in our box where he controlled the ball but let it go away from him, and Everton player came in and nicked it away from him. You know, I've got to say, it's happening too often. Kyle Walker, for what he offers us with his pace going forwards and those options, he's getting too lax. He is too lax at right back, and maybe we need somebody to really put pressure on his position, because he's got to start thinking and concentrating a lot more, because that was a very dangerous situation. And eventually the ball was crossed in, and Richarlison should have hit the target, and he held his head in his hands, and so he should have hit the target with his chance, and he just blazed it over the crossbar. After about 20 minutes, Jesus had a great chance, which he made himself by getting in front of his defender, and Pickford just managed to scramble it away, tip it round the post. So by now, City were they're getting more control, more pressure. We had a few corners. Everton were very poor passing it around at the back. Mina very, very poor. I think he did a poor pass. I can't remember who picked it up in midfield, probably Gundogan or Bernardo. Passed it out to Sane. Sane slipped it through to Jesus, and Jesus scored. Nice ball, slipped under and around Pickford. And really, Pickford had no chance for that. A nice tuck away from Jesus, and he's on the score sheet at last. The game changed after the goal. Everton started to press higher. City, that created opportunities and space for City. Better passing from City, a lot more one-touch passing, quick passing from all over the pitch, and that was starting to create opportunities for City. I've got to say, when Gundogan's given time, he can pass really, really well, thread balls through defenders. We've seen it recently. Fantastic passing. He's at it again today. Everton stepping off him, giving him the time. That's what he needs, and he relishes it. So after about 40 minutes, we had another great opportunity. The ball came out to Mahrez, and quite honestly, I think he hit it very close to Pickford. Pickford made a decent save, not as some of the commentators were saying, a fantastic save. It wasn't. It was a decent save. It was hit too near him. I think Mahrez, even though he hit it true and put a lot of power in, he really needed to be putting it wider of Pickford, and it would have been a goal. And I think we deserved it. At the time, I wanted that second goal just before half-time, and I think he should have done better with the opportunity he had. At the back, Everton looked dodgy. I mean, they're trying to pass it around, and they made too many mistakes passing it to City players. That's giving City opportunities. What would I like to see changed? And this, I think Pep will probably stick to what we've got. I don't think Sane has been fantastic. He's made mistakes, some poor passing. But he takes risks, and he's creating opportunities, and he's creating doubt in defenders' minds. I think Mahrez, he had an early opportunity where he was fouled and Dina got a yellow card, but I don't think he's taking the risks. He's taking the easy, safe option. This is not a dig at Mahrez. I'm not there to criticise him needlessly. I just don't think he's offering us enough. You know, he's had a few crosses which have been overhit or poor crosses, corners. He was on his in-swingers, and it ended up with Gundogan then moving across to take corners on with his out-swingers. So I don't know if that was tactical or just Mahrez's crosses weren't good enough. So, I mean, if the only change that I would make right now, I think about Sterling, but I think it's too early. I think Mahrez deserves more time on the pitch. And, you know, if he's not delivering in 15 or 20 minutes, then maybe Sterling, I think Sterling will offer us a lot more and a lot more attacking threat. And fingers crossed we can get that second goal and then maybe introduce KDB and Aguero later in the second half. Guys, leave your thoughts below. Let us know what you think. And hopefully we'll get another couple of goals in the second half. See you around, Blues.